Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Mount Tammany Ridge channel. I'm out here in the garage, and today we're going to be tinkering around with the New Holland track loader here. Sure you can see behind me I've got a bunch of fluids and filters. So the reason why I'm kind of pushing to get this done, I've had this stuff kind of hanging out here for about a week now. However, just the other day I had one of the contractors that comes to the lumber yard frequently contact me on my personal phone, and he had asked me to maybe make myself available to be moving a lot of dirt. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be this Wednesday. I'm going to be bringing the skid loader over to his home project. I guess he's building his own house, and it's logistically it's getting to be a little bit much as far as baling dirt. He's got a pretty decent sized excavator over there from what it sounds like. However, he's running out of places to bale dirt within reach. He's trying to just kind of speed up the process. So I'm going to be over there with the CTL, basically tracking loads back and forth and putting them in, whatever places we can determine is a good place and out of the way. So just want to be sure that's going to be a lot of tracking, a lot of lifting and hauling, full bucket loads. I just want to be sure all my filters are changed, and I'm going to change the planetary oil as well. That's definitely in need of being done. So going to try to bring you guys along for some of this stuff. I don't know how many of you would be interested in this that are normal viewers. However, I do know that there are pretty much no videos out there talking specifically about changing the planetary oil on this machine or even any of the other models that are similar to it. There is maybe one or two for oil changes, but not really for like a 2016 232 series or 234 or whatever the next one is. There's different variations. So so I'm gonna bring you guys along for this, and I'm gonna stop yammering and get to it, because there's a lot of stuff to do. All right, so the first thing I'm going to start with is going to be the most, the easier stuff, just to get it done out of the way. And I say this kind of jokingly, because these things are easy off, so to speak, but I can tell you, trying to get this inside lip to line up with the outside of that filter is a royal pain. You'd think it'd be easy, but it's not. So hopefully I'm not blocking the camera there. Let's put this thing down over here. Or over there. Fine, pick your own spot. So obviously this is the outside filter, and I've been blowing this thing out for a while, and it is in awful shape. I really have been kind of dragging this out a little too long, to be honest with you. So can't wait to get rid of that. Now the pre-filter, on the other hand, has really fared well. That being said, I'm not going to change this out. I don't think it's necessary at this point. It looks like it's real clean. You know what, just for the heck of it, let me pull the other one out, the new one, and see. Okay, so this has got like a cloth. Looks like it's everything's the same on it. I do see, maybe it's just shadowing. That thing really is clean. I thought maybe I was starting to see some schmutz in there, but I think it's just shadowing. Yeah, I'm gonna save this for a later date. I don't see it being necessary to swap out the secondary filter. However, in case you guys are curious, the part number on this, if you guys are looking to get one, is 87682999. That's 3 9s at the end. So I don't know if you guys can see that at all. I want to make sure I can get it the right angle. So yeah, if you guys can pause that on the video if you need it. So the filter I'm actually going to use, clearly, look at that. Woo-wee! That's a clean filter. That's super nice. That makes me feel better. I know that. Okay, so get that snuggled in there good. Okay, now I believe that's the number right on the filter. I'm gonna, yeah, so the part number on that filter is a it's 842172229. Try to get that in the camera for you as well. Boy, that sun is, hopefully you can get that if you need it. So now it's going to be for the fun part, and that's going to be trying to get this stupid cap back on. All right. Always gives me a hard time. It would be nice if it would make an ass out of me and just go right on, but I'm quite confident that it will not. Don't even tell me. Are you kidding me? That never happened before. I swear to God, that never happened before. That is ridiculous. All right, well, joke's on me. So, trying to decide if I want to just Hail Mary it and go for this fuel filter right now, or try to see what I'm working with here. It's not going to be fun to drop out of there, that's for sure. Definitely going to get fuel all over everything. There's no getting around that. Yeah, I mean, I might as well. Just give me a minute. All right, so before I start messing around with, you know, the fuel filter anymore, I'm going to be using this contraption here. I think I may have mentioned this in a video a long time ago with trying to capture some hydraulic oil. If you guys want to see a video that's that'll make you laugh a little bit, was when I was trying to rebuild the, well, I wasn't trying, I was doing it, no doubt, rebuilding the ram cylinder on my excavator. Had a little bit of a fail segment in there. However, this was not the cause of the fail. This thing is quite the hero around here when I'm doing frustrating fluids changes. So this thing called a form-a-funnel, okay? And you can basically form it to almost, you know, whatever shape you need, you know, to get yourself access to a drain port or something like that, and transfer it over a distance of about, I don't know, I'd say that's probably 13, 14 inches roughly, and be able to get it to, you know, the opening of a bottle or a bucket or something. So these things are really cool. It's not a sponsored video, obviously, but I wouldn't be telling you about it if I didn't think it was very handy in the garage, and that it is. So I'm going to be using this today, at least at this point, for transferring the diesel fuel from the old fuel filter into the new one. All right, so here's the fuel filter. And that's the number on there if you guys want to get that. So put this down for a second. So not realizing I didn't have the camera on, I began to try loosening this, and surprisingly it wasn't really all that tight. So I don't know if that's a good thing. I mean, the machine always ran fine, so, but I guess that's maybe something I should keep an eye on in the future. You know what, I'm probably gonna have to take this. You get to see me struggle with this later. You watch. I gotta make some more room so I can finagle that filter, that fuel filter out of there a little easier. Let's pull free the secondary too, just for fun. Okay, so hopefully, I hope you guys can see that. Definitely going to be making a mess. Wow. There we go. This is where the mess is going to be. All right. Forgot I had to use my old air filter as a cup holder for this thing. Yep. Still losing some. See if I can put a little bit of a curve on the back of this. Kind of try to prevent it from wanting to spill out so easily. These things are neat. You can do all kinds of interesting shapes with them if you mess with them enough. A little better. Still losing a little, but all right. Get down in there. Hopefully you guys can see what the heck I'm doing. So typically I try to get a little bit of diesel fuel on the O-ring of the filter. Let's see if I can expedite that a little bit. Gotta turn this thing a lot. Man. Changed probably 500,000 fuel filters on my Duramax that I had. Or I should say the 3 Duramaxes that I've had over the past 15 years roughly. And I used to hate doing that. I had to take out the fender well all the time. There was guys who made videos on, you know, cutting holes in the fender well and all that, but it just introduced so much road grime with the, you know, I was doing 100,000 miles a year in my trucks. I was doing hot shot type of work, and it just should be good. Let that dry a while. I'll put a date on it. Luckily it gave me some open white space where I could write it and have it be legible. Cool, so that's done. think I'm going to cycle the fuel system a couple times here before I go to the water separator on the back gate. This radiator guard. Whoop, sorry, don't want to make you dizzy. Got a water separator down here on the back gate, so that's going to be the next one. All right, you guys, so before I went crazy trying to cycle and take the risk of just trying to cycle the pump to prime it and pressurize the fuel system, I decided that the priming pump on this this water separator here might be the key to the whole thing. So I decided to give it a try. Got the bleeder screw on top of the main fuel filter, got the wrench on it. I started pumping this thing up. It started getting firm, which is cool. That's good. And I'm getting air coming out. So that means it's doing its job. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you what I got going on. Now hopefully you'll be able to see in there well enough. See if you can see the bubbles or even hear them. Okay, tighten it back up. Kind of like bleeding the brake system. You just keep doing it. All right. All right, second time on camera anyway. Got some bubbles coming out. All right, so I've cycled it several times now. A couple times I got a little bit of air out of it. So I just got back from actually electronically cycling the fuel pump one time, and I didn't seem to get air out of it. So I'm going to cycle it one more time while you guys are on camera and shut it down, and then try to fire it up. Wish me luck. Alright, so obviously we don't have enough fuel rail pressure, and that's obviously because the fuel filter didn't have as much fuel in it as we would have liked it to. So we're just going to keep on keeping on, and I will get back to you guys in just a minute. Alright, so luckily we were able to get the thing started up without any complications. Now, I don't really know a whole lot about the fuel system in these things, and how they go about priming them when they do a full service like this. So kind of on a whim, instead of pumping for like 50,000 years and still always seeming to get like a little air bubble and then a little spatter of fuel, I figured maybe I'd call on my backup, and I had Teresa hop in the skid steer for me, and I had her cycle the power button a couple times. That may not have even been necessary at all, but I figured I would take a swing at it and see if it made a difference. Will I ever know? Maybe one day, when somebody who actually knows more about this than I do maybe comments on this video. So what I did was I just had her hit the start button, hold it for a few seconds, and then give it a break. And I had her hit the start button a second time for several seconds, and it fired right up. And there was no sputtering, no rough running, no nothing. So that's good news. Now the bad news is I got to go through it all over again for the water separator. So, hey everybody, I'm in the garage here. I'm actually going to wrap this video up right here after putting in this fuel filter, because I'm coming to realize through editing that if I render it down too much more, I feel that I might miss something that you might find helpful. So I don't want to break it down any more than I already did, and the video is getting a bit long. So I'm going to maybe have to do this whole filters change maintenance thing with the skid steer in maybe 2 or 3 segments. All right, so I'm gonna have to spread this out a little bit, and like I said, I apologize. I was trying to, compress it all down into one video, but my editing skills just aren't quite there yet. So yeah, if you could hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends, and I'll see you guys on the next video.